What's up, everyone? Chimera45 here. Wow, it's been a while since I actually had to record something, so I apologize for that. But, work's been crazy and all that, just trying to get adjusted to it and all that. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I do want to say one thing, though. My Dragon Ball Super reviews are not done. I'm not quitting them. I will be doing them still, but I'm having trouble finding where to watch them now. It used to be easy, but for some reason I'm having trouble finding them. So as soon as I find them, expect me to be catching up on my reviews of it. I wasn't really going to review this arc. I'm not going to lie to you, of the English dub that's out right now, but because it just really wasn't that good. But I have to now because of what's going on currently. But anyway, throw Dragon Ball Super away right now. Let's focus on Attack on Titan because this shit is getting hype. Okay, so we start off with a recap of last week's episode, well, probably like the last 2 weeks, of how everyone was in the castle, then it got attacked, and then the scouts got eaten, and then Mir transformed, and she brought down the whole tower, and just so much crazy shit, and then she got eaten. And then Mikasa shows up being a badass, and the whole scout regiment shows up and take out the Titans and all that good stuff. So it cuts to Amir being lifted up by some makeshift pulley system to get her up on top of the walls so that she's, safe. And Aaron's like, wow, she's pretty messed up. And some dude, I don't really know his name. I don't really think they even tell you his name. It's just like, yeah, if she was normal, she'd be dead. And Aaron's just like, yeah, if she was normal, huh? And over a few feet away from where Amir is, Historia, her name is not Krista, it's now Historia, and Hanji are talking, and Historia is like, she could have run away at any moment when she transformed, but she stayed here to help us, so what does that tell you about her character? And Hanji isn't really trusting of either Historia or Amir at this point, but she's willing to look past it for now, and asks Historia about her last name, which is, I thought they were going to pronounce it like Reese, but they pronounce it like Reyes or something like that, or Rise. It's kind of a weird pronunciation, but anyway. And asks her if she's related to that noble family, and Historia's look kind of just confirms it for Hanji, and she's like, well, it's nice to meet you. And they go over to Amir, and Historia goes down and is just rubbing her hair all cute like. It's adorable. Reiner is over with Reiner. Oh god. Reiner is over with Eren, and he's complaining about how this is the second time he's almost been killed by a Titan. And him and Armin remember how Annie in the first season almost crushed him in her hand. And Eren's like, yeah, the Titans have been pushing us back way too far. You guys are way too far away from your hometown. We have to draw a line in the sand right now. But Reiner's face changes when Eren says that. He just gets like this look on his face. And Bertolt's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Home is the best place to be. Why don't we go home? Reiner, you and me, let's just go home now. And Reiner's like, yeah, we're almost done. We don't have much further to go, and then we can go home. And they're just looking at each other. And Eren and Armin are kind of like, what are you guys talking about? But anyway, we cut over to Connie, Sasha, all of them. They're having a little discussion about how some people have been injured, especially Amir. And Sasha's like, I never would have expected her, of all people, to be a Titan. But before she can say anything else, Mikasa just shuts her up by saying her name and looking at her. Mikasa has that ability to do that. As Hanji walks over. And they're like, well, we have to get back to looking for the wall, or the breach in the wall, so that we can, plug it up and get things normal. But as they're about to head out, Hannes, who is the garrison regiment's, leader? I don't really know if he's the leader, but he's really high up there in the chain of command of the garrison regiment. And he reports that there's no hole to be found. They doubled around the wall, twice. Him and another party, ran into each other, so they turned around and went all the way back around the wall, and they could not find a breach anywhere. And everyone's like, what's going on? That can't be right. There has something wrong. There's something wrong. Hanji is like, maybe there's a Titan that can dig? And Armin's just like, yeah, in 5 years, nothing like this has happened. And everyone's heading out. Hanji's like, okay, for now, we head back to Trost so that we can get Amir proper medical attention and just figure out what the hell is going on. But as they're walking away, Reiner's like, Eren, come over here real quick. We got to talk. So Eren walks over. Mikasa looks back, and she sees that Reiner stopped him. So of course she stops and she listens in. And the way they did this was amazing. like the reveal of this, like some people are probably not won't like it or don't like it or didn't like it depending on when you've watched this, but I really think this was a good way to do it. Reiner's talking to Eren. He's like, 5 years ago, me and Bertold launched an attack on humanity to wipe them out. And then it cuts over to Hanji, and she's like, this is when she says, like, maybe there's a Titan that can dig. And it zooms out, and you see the group walking, and you see Eren, Bertolt, and Reiner chilling there with Mikasa in the middle. And you hear Reiner say, I'm the armored Titan. Bertolt is the colossal Titan. I'm not even joking with you right now. They're walking away, and Armin looks back and he sees them still standing there, and he's like, hey guys, what's going on? We're leaving. And Mikasa has the look. She has that look that if you see that look on her face, you know you are right royally fucked. You are completely screwed if she gives you this look. And Reiner reveals that they had this mission that they were going to wipe out all of humanity, but they don't have to do that anymore. If Eren comes with them, the walls will remain standing and humanity will not be destroyed. All Eren has to do is come with them. And Eren is thinking to himself, damn, I didn't want to believe what I heard yesterday. We have a flashback of how Hanji reveals she finally got the background information on Annie. It's taken so long because they barely have any records, and what they did have got thrown into chaos 5 years ago and all that. But it turns out that Reiner and Bertolt are from the same area as Annie. So everyone is just like, no way. And Hanji's like, how did they interact in training? What was their relationship? But everyone's like, they really didn't have one. They were very curt and formal with each other when they talked, but they barely ever talked with each other. And Armin's like, yeah, Bertolt even went all out against the female Titan. He tried to, like, really kill her. But then he stops. And he's like, wait a minute. She was almost crushed by Reiner. But as soon as he got free, she looked at her palm and ran off in a completely different direction. And earlier in that episode, this is from season 1, Reiner was asking Armin, where do you think Eren is? Because everyone was given false information on where he was. I really should do a review on season 1. But anyway, Armin's like, maybe after I told him where I thought Eren was, maybe he carved it on her hand and he just broke free because she didn't want to kill, like, one of her comrades, I guess. Because she looked at her palm, got up, and ran right in the direction that Armin told Reiner where he thought Eren might be. And Eren's like, guys, are you crazy? This is Reiner and Bertolt. Reiner's like a big brother to everyone. But Hanji just stops all conversation. She's like, no, that's enough. Stop. Don't talk about this to either of them. But if we find them, we have to get them underground and contain them. Agreed? And that's where it cuts back to the present. And Reiner's like, come on, it's not that bad of a deal, right? So just come with us. And Eren's like, it's the battle fatigue talking, right? You're just a little delusional right now. And Bertolt's like, yeah, he's just delusional. It's okay. And Eren's like, yeah, no, don't worry, it's okay, I understand. But really, even if what you're telling me was true, do you think it would go like that? Do you really think I would just be like, okay, sure, you two not only did you two destroy my entire world earlier, but you've been pretending to be my best friends for the past 5 years. So, yeah, did you think I would just come with you with a smile? And Reiner, his whole demeanor just changes. His face gets this shocked look. And he's just standing there, just stunned. And Eren starts walking away. And Reiner's like, yeah, I have gone off the deep end. I've been around these people too long. I've been in this situation too long. I've let myself devolve from my purpose. I let myself pretty much, I guess, get attached or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in Reiner's brain right now. But he stands like straight up. And he's like, well, it doesn't matter anymore. All I can do is man up and accept the consequences of my actions. And it reveals where that Titan bit him, and it just instantly heals in a puff of steam and sparks. And he's like, no matter where it takes us. And Bertolt's like, are we doing this right here and right now? And Reiner's like, hell yeah, we are. So come on, let's finish this. And he goes to grab Eren, and then Mikasa just comes up from out of nowhere, slices right through Reiner's arm, and slices Bertolt's neck. Oh god, it's so epic. And she's like, Eren, get out of here. And she goes to kill Bertolt, but Reiner pushes her out of the way. She falls, but she uses her gear to stay on the wall. And Reiner just yells at Bertolt, Bertolt, we're doing this. And Reiner starts getting up, and Bertolt starts getting up, and the electricity just starts sparking around them. Everyone's running like, Eren, get out of there. And then just a huge lightning bolt just strikes, and everyone gets tossed back, and you just see the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan just appearing. It just looks so cool. I'm going to put a screenshot. I know I haven't been doing that, but you guys have to see how badass this looks. It's just so mind-boggling. And the whole time, Eren's just standing there. Like, from the moment Bertolt's arm healed to, like, right now, Eren's just been standing there in shock with, like, tears in his eyes as his two best friends transform into the two monsters that wrecked his world 5 years ago. So Reiner grabs Eren, Bertolt reaches out and grabs Ymir, and they're getting ready to leave. But as Reiner's jumping down the wall, Eren just has flashbacks over the last 5 years of how, like, Reiner would help him learn, or taught him how to fight, how Bertolt, like, taught him, I guess, like, some sort of, maybe, like, mathematics or something, because there was something written on this book. But they would hang out, they were brothers, they were like brothers, and the whole time they were lying with a smile on their faces to him for 5 years. And Eren's just like, oh no, and he bites his hand, and he's like, damn you both, you traitors. And he transforms, and his Titan form roars, and then it just punches at the screen, and then it just goes black. And oh god, it was so epic. Oh god, I'm sorry. I know I'm might be overreacting to some people, but oh my god, it was just so badass to watch. I was just like, yes, this is what we need. Okay. Alright, I've calmed down. I'm good. But holy shit. This was an amazing episode. Pretty much the whole beginning of it wasn't good. Like, just boring, slow, just nothing good going on in this episode. We had, like, the flashbacks, earlier in the episode, or at the very beginning, showing some action. Throughout the whole episode, really nothing. You're just watching it like, man, we already know most of this stuff. You don't really have to explain this. But then as soon as Reiner says, Eren, come here, we need to talk, the whole tone of the episode changes. And oh god, this is the best episode of Attack on Titan, at least season 2 so far. Next week's episode is even better, and that's where I stopped watching the Japanese dub, because I was like, no, I have to watch this fresh every week in order to give you guys a proper reaction. I mean, I know I'm reacting pretty hyped too, but because it's been a while since I watched episode 6, and oh god, I think his name is Bryce Padenbrook or something like that, the guy who voices Eren. I knew he would deliver that "you traitor" line perfectly. I just knew he was going to do it perfectly, and oh god, it was just such a good episode. And I'm done saying it, like, explaining it or just telling you about it, but I'm just going to say it because it's so true. The art, animation, flawless. Only thing, they used CGI on the Colossal Titan, which they did not do in the first season. So I thought that was a little weird, but at least it's not as bad as the CGI that's been in Berserk lately. That shit in the first season was pretty bad. It's getting better. It's not good, not great. It's barely acceptable now in season 2, but they are kind of learning from it, I guess. But anyway, if you guys want me to do a review on Berserk 2016, 2017, let me know. I got no problems doing that because I enjoyed the story of Berserk. I love the story of Berserk. I just wish it would get an anime or movie adaptation it deserves. Anyway, Berserk aside, Super aside, Attack on Titan, amazing. You have to watch it. Go check it out right now. Consider subscribing if you haven't. maybe hit the like button. I don't know. I don't usually say that, but I hear people say it all the time, so maybe I should start saying it at the end of my videos. But anyway, I will see you guys. I don't know if episode 7 is out yet. I want to look and see, but I don't think it is. But I will see you definitely next week for episode 7. Maybe even later tonight if it's out already. I don't know if it is. But oh my god, what a cliffhanger of an episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week.